today's Vital Conversations, we're diving into the world of style, culture, and impact with none other than W.O.E, a Chicago-based stylist and creative powerhouse.
Woo. All right, my friends, so we're going to do a little walk around Chinatown as we chat today, all right?
That's cool, that's cool.
All right, so it's a pleasure talking to you today, man. I did give our audience a little bit of an intro in the B-roll before we even shot this, so that being said, though, I don't know you and what you do as well as you do, right? So let's just start off by saying, introduce yourself, you know? What do you do in the city of Chicago? And yeah.
Okay, so start off with the name. So my first name, Freddie, last name, W.O.E, but everybody calls me W.O.E.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So the W.O.E has like a few different meanings. I'm gonna go to the more positive meaning. So W.O.E stands for working on excellence.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I'm always working on excellence, working like to be the best at whatever like venture I want to go into next. So I'm a stylist, event coordinator, and a paralegal. So
that's fine, bro. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
So if we ever get in some trouble, someone slips and hurts themselves, I know who to hit up.
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually work at an insurance firm.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I got you. I'm good with subpoenas, getting the information that you need, medical records, all type of stuff. So.
Oh man, you're multifaceted all the way.
Yeah.
So working on excellence, bro, like I think that says a lot about you and what I've looked into, you know, and before the podcast I had to do a little bit of research, you know. And I know excellence is definitely the standard for you, seeing all the past work that you've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So tell us, I mean, I'm sure your parents didn't name that for you, right? Like, was that the intention or something you came up with on your own with your creativity?
So the W.O.E is actually hilarious. So when I was younger, I wasn't necessarily a bad kid, but I was very impulsive.
Okay.
So like whatever I would think, I would do, whether it was good or whether it was bad.
Right.
But I was always really smart.
Yeah.
And I grew up with like a big group of friends, and one of my friends' little brothers, his name is Jancy. Like he would always find himself saying like, "Whoa." Like whenever I did something, they're like, "Whoa."
I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it went from my name being Freddie to W.O.E. Like, and then like over time I was just trying to like find like a way to like change everything.
Right.
To like be more like positive.
Right.
In Chicago, you can find yourself being in a very negative space at times.
Why do you feel that way?
The way I grew up on the south side. I got into fights. I've been getting into fights ever since I was a kid.
Right. I mean, impulse. I can see. Right.
And like the way I was raised was if anybody disrespected you, why you talking?
Right.
And I learned that from like my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my uncles, my aunties. Like they instilled that in me. And especially that B word. That B word is crazy.
Yup.
My dad always told me if anybody call you a B, they don't care about their life. So act accordingly. So
it's a little bit of impulse, but it's a little bit of the upbringing too, right?
Yeah,
and you know, you say that. Me, you know, owning a streetwear store, I meet a lot of people that come from, you know, rougher backgrounds or the streets or the trenches, whatever you want to call it. And that mindset is very true not only in Chicago, but also New York, where I come from, right? So I totally get that. So how did that, you know, rough, maybe semi-negative past turn into something so positive for you, especially in the fashion world and even legal world, right? Like I would say you probably are helping a lot of people who went through things you went through, maybe, you know?
Yeah, no.
How did that shift happen for you, bro?
So I had 3 very positive influences in my life.
Okay.
The first 2 are my grandparents on my mom's side. They passed away a few years ago, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Natural causes.
Yeah.
But and then the third is my big brother, and he passed away last year. And like when I say made sure that I was a good person, like my brother was very emotional.
Right.
And my grandparents, like they were very loving. Like my punishments for them were I would have to grab either an encyclopedia or a dictionary. Pick out a word and write it out to feel like a whole page. Very positive influences in my life. My grandparents on my mom's side and my big brother. Like, they made sure, like, no matter what, I knew what love felt like. Because I really didn't get that growing up for real. Like, and it's sad to say, like, from my parents. And I love my parents to death. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they did the best with what they knew how to do. But they didn't really have good influences. Right.
That hard love. It's
exactly.
love, but it's hard. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel that. I resonate with that, bro.
And like, I'm not really an emotional person, but my brother was very emotional. And because he was very emotional, it made me want to protect him and protect his like smile and like how he felt.
Right.
So with that, you know, and he was my older brother. So with that comes like me trying to find out ways on how to make him proud. And
I like that.
Ever since I was a kid, he always told me like, you know, he wished that he had the ability to do whatever he wanted to do like I did. Cause like, I was afraid, but I was also afraid of not trying.
Right.
And so that positivity of like changing that not trying into like a positive way, like, you know, what if this outfit goes with this outfit, or let me see how this event goes.
Wow.
You know, in this area or this setting, or let me try to like change people's perspective. On what Chicago is as like a whole, like build a community.
I really like that. I resonate with that a lot, bro, because it's like you're using fashion and what you do as a stylist to really put that positivity into it, right? I bet every piece that you put together brings back some of that homage that you're paying to your family. That's what I'm hearing in many ways, right? And I could relate a lot with the hard love growing up, you know, because my parents was very much the same way. I don't think I can pinpoint times where my mother was really like, I love you, but it was there, right? And I think to transfer that positive energy into what we do on the daily and understand that with a little bit of hard love and what we do too, it makes the perfect mix, right? And that makes me so much more invested in you as a person and what you do, right? Because as you know, at Vital Chinatown, we're also trying to like put positivity into fashion, right? By connecting communities and doing different things. But I really like how you said that, bro. I think when you style someone, that positive energy transfers over. That's fire.
Like I definitely try to make my clients' dreams and visions come true. Like even if they don't know like what they're like trying to go toward, like I spend like an extensive amount of time like asking them, you know, like, what do you like? What's your favorite color? You know, like what's the theme? Well, not even if there's not the theme of the event, or they're just like trying to change their style. Like, you know, like where your mind is. Like what like imperfections do you want me to hide? What features do you want me to like style so like that way like they pop more? Because like, you know, certain colors help. Certain colors can like brighten up certain features, and then like certain colors can also like dim certain features.
I like that. So
it's like it it really all depends. And I honestly just like helping in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And I love clothes. I love fashion. So if I can help in that way, I will. If I can help people like in a relationship way, I will.
Circle back. Well, see that word right there, as you were explaining it, first of all, I'm gonna start taking notes. You know, we're stylists in the store, right, in the boutique. So I definitely got some training points for the next stylist that's coming in, right? What imperfections are you trying to, I like that a lot. But what I'm hearing through all that is like, you really gotta build a relationship with the person you're styling, right? Otherwise it's just like, done. That hard love is not there without the relationship, right?
Exactly.
Because I'm sure sometimes you might have to style someone in a different way than they expected.
Exactly.
Because you're like, that's not looking good, you know?
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I do get like moments where like hard clients where they're like, when they tell me, you know, this is not really like what they envisioned.
Right.
Or what they wanted. And I say, okay, this may not be what you want, but trust me, I guarantee you the result that you're going to receive is way more than you would have thought on your own.
I like that.
And I always get positive feedback like, oh my God, everybody told me that they love the fit. I've never walked outside having people stop me, where'd you get that?
Right. And, yeah, I mean, no, for sure. And your Instagram speaks for itself, right? If anyone's ever doubting you, be like, check out my resume. Hey, check out my resume, right? Like, I do this, right?
Exactly.
So that makes me think, like, who are some, like, notable people that you've worked with? And maybe you want to tell our audience a little bit about, like, was it challenging? Or was it just, like, peaches and roses, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
So a few, I'm gonna give one big name. And that's actually like where I'm going to after this.
Okay.
So my girlfriend, shout out oh, I can't get her real Instagram. Shout out Styling Society.
Yeah.
Shout out Styling Society.
Almost slipped up
exactly,
there.
exactly. Shout out Styling Society. She was the one that actually like helped me like transfer over from like every day like having to meet up with a person to like style them into like online styling boards. So she was the one that like taught me, and I love her to death till this day for it.
Yeah. I sense that.
Yeah. After we leave here, we have to go to a few shoots to help her style the Chicago native Mellow Bucks.
That's badass.
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna need that connect, but that's badass.
I got you.
So that's definitely a notable person. Like, have you had the chance to chat with her a little bit yet, or is that really gonna happen right after this?
Yeah, that's happening right after this.
Okay.
So the way I am, if I feel like somebody can do the job better than me, I'm gonna put them on.
Yeah.
So my girl is like, she's like really good at styling women. I'm really good at styling men. So I'm a part of a group called Creative Sessions. And so what they do is they build community through music showcases. And so one of their clients is OG Stevo, Mellow Bucks, KB Mike, King Peru, and it's like 3 other names that like I'm just drawing the blank right now.
Yeah, but you listed enough of big ones
Yeah.
for me. You're in there, man. Hell yeah.
But shout out to Rube, shout out to at That's So Rube's events as well. Because without her, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet Mellow Bucks.
Yeah.
So during one of the showcases, I just walked up to Mellow and I was like, hey, do you have a stylist? And she was like, nah. So I was like, instead of me doing it, like my girlfriend really has a passion of like, and this like all like goes into like the positivity of everything.
Right.
I also like helping putting people on. So, and she's, I'm rambling about my girl now, but anyway.
That's the love you been talking about.
Yeah, that's the love for sure. But yeah, I asked her, I was like, do you have a stylist? She was like, no. I showed her my girl's page and she was like, I love this.
Yeah.
Loved everything about it. Followed her then, gave her number, and they've been in contact almost ever since.
That's dope.
And
That's dope. You're giving our audience some sauce of how to like really connect with some bigger name people too. It's really putting yourself out there and like just having the bravery to walk up and be like, I can fill a gap in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta have that confidence for sure.
Exactly, for sure.
So like, styling is one part of your facet, right? And just to let our audience know, but like you throwing these extravagant events, because I know people are gonna look you up as they're watching this, right? And they're gonna be able to join your community on the Instagram, just like I did, and see all the past big events that you've done where you pull all these people together. So like, what really, I hear the inspiration behind the styling, right? It comes from your background, comes from everything. But like, what made you wanna do that, right? Bring it to a whole new platform and find different spaces. You were telling me a little bit about the what did you call it? Fashion Mecca, or and you were saying something like, yeah, it's Chinatown. They don't care. It's Chinatown. But they were saying you were saying 100 vendors in this space, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not an easy feat. You can't just do that because you're like, I want to do it. You really gotta have a passion behind it, right? So talk a little bit about your event you know, like what, maybe that's gonna inspire someone, because that's part of the reason why we're doing this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we impact the community. So yeah.
So this is gonna be hard, a little bit hard to talk about. So last year, my brother died February 13th, in front of me. And his name was Alexander Martin. And so the AM of everything I do is his initials. So like AM Stylings, that's my styling brand. AM Kollabz, that's my event brand.
Yeah.
And with that, kind of hard to talk about, but with that,
I'm with you, bro.
you fine. So with that comes me wanting to make sure that his name never dies. I want everybody to know who he was, because he was such. It's not even a small feat to say. He was literally the most important person to me in my life.
Yeah.
Since the first time I stepped foot in here, it felt welcoming. Like I could bring my friends here, shop.
Hey, I ain't paying him to say that.
Not at all. Like bring my friends here to shop. Like they got so many dope designs. Even what I'm wearing right now, like the material, the fabric is warm. We was just outside for like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm not cold. Like that's crazy. And also that everything you do always matters. Yeah. Like somebody's watching. You know, whether you see it, whether you don't see it, somebody's always watching. So always know everything you do always matters. So move with intention, be pure. You got it, AM.
Thank you for that, bro. I think I need to hear that myself. And listen, guys, like definitely pop out on February 23rd for our Fashion Soul Train. All right, that's where you're really gonna see us come to life on everything we've been talking about. Come to life, bro.
For sure.
But also just to chop it up with you. Hopefully, our audience really resonates with you, like I do. And let's make it real. Let's make it happen, bro.
I appreciate it, Vital.
Oh, man,
for sure.
yes, sir.